up there with the quality of the winners that we've seen, because she's been such a brilliant player over such a long period of time now.
Great view of the shot for Mo Martin. She said it should be good, and it was, and it's going to get even better with that little backstop there is behind the hole. She won't be able to see that this is happening, but will be thrilled once she walks up. Very nice approach there from the Californian. A fade would be useful.
Breeze blowing left to right, just taking it tight on the trees. A little bit of draw, bringing it across the fairway, but left-hand side will be good with this right-hand pin.
I was standing there watching a few tee shots at 12 today, and it's amazing the number of players who are just getting down and picking their tee straight up. It's a difficult drive, but they're handling it well. Up the hill for Michelle Wee, starting at left of the pin, and staying just a little left. But a birdie putt coming nonetheless. US Open champion of 2014, who's been through her ups and downs, but hopefully this week is going to be one of the peaks rather than a trough.
Breeze coming a little bit more behind Indy on this. Again, keeping it tight and just letting it come back onto the middle of the fairway.
Someone in the group's having a protein shake out there, I think. Seems to be leaking a little to the right for Norgfors. Will she get away with it? She does.
Right, just sensational.
Great approach shot there. And a chance to get back up to 9 under par.
Again, trying to keep it tight. Now, this has got a lot of draw on it, and it's moving quickly towards the left-hand side. It's going to run out of fairway.
Certainly will. We'll be able to move that cart path. Be intriguing to see what line Henderson has in if she's got a full swing. That is now tough.
Suzanne Pedersen will tap in, hopefully, and remain in this share of the lead. Birdies at 3, 4, 6, 8, 11, 12, 13 for the Norwegian superstar today.
Sloping downhill left to right birdie chance for Michelle. She hasn't had a birdie on the scorecard since the 3rd hole. All pars since then. She can add another one to the tally there on the 11th. That was the birdie attempt from MJ Her. Good weight, that'll be a tap-in par.
Nordqvist to close to within 1. And there's been a few who have read that putt that way. So again, a little like yesterday in this part of the course where the leaders are at the moment, a bit of a holding pattern going on in that area. Not for Suzanne, though, where she is. All systems go. Playing
179 yards today. Pins over in a much more accessible hole location on that right-hand side, but that is a bit of a miss there from our co-leader.
The way she's going, I wouldn't bet against her holding that. She's in that mood. That was always going to pull up a little short for Paula. Nice productive day though to back up a very good day. 4 under par round of 68 to begin. Different golf course to the one where she won, but still the same golf club. And if you weren't with us yesterday, you were seeing something very different about Paula, not so much with what she is doing, but who she's with. Her faithful caddy Colin Can, who's been at her side for around about 12 years or so. They had an amicable parting of the ways.
Colin Khan now with Sun Hyung Park. Oh, what a shame. After firing such a tremendous shot in close range. See a little bit of kinesiology tape on Mo's thumb. It's an injury that's plagued her for the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, she did really well to kind of rehab her way out of it last year. And it's just something that she keeps her eye on a lot. Hasn't had to have any surgery or anything like that on it, so just stay on top of it.
Iron for NB, and oh, this is going left. It's going way left.
Oh yeah, into that waste bunker. And that gentleman driving that cart isn't lost, by the way.
Yeah. He won't be ejected from the golf course anytime soon. Oh, this is tough.
Low branches here. She's just trying to hook this around low, doing a pretty good job of it. Come on, keep going. That's a really good result from where she was.
That is a fabulous shot from Henderson. Hasn't even finished. Wow. The feet were lined up where she wanted the ball to start, and the club face was pointing where she wanted the ball to end, and that was a great low hook.
Area's got not a bad angle here. A couple of overhanging branches that are just keep in the back of her mind, but they should be okay. This is only 116. And that'll do if it holds. Has that gone over the back by the look?
Yep.
It has. It landed on that downslope. Wow. It's a heavy price to pay.
I'm not sure I'd love that shot coming back either. Not too much green to work with there.
Well, it's a great hole, the 12th. It is tough from an elevated tee. The players are actually flying it over that tree you see on the right-hand side, and then you can land in that ideal zone for which to attack with your second waste bunker all the way down the left-hand side that we didn't think was going to get much play, but, well, we have been surprised. A little grassy knoll short of the green will catch any player who is not that long, but looking at today and with these firm greens, ideally you want to land it in the heart of the green to take the power off it and let it drift down towards the hole.
See if it listens. Not really. Whoops.
You went over, right?
Nice footwork. Was in the hardest 4 holes on the golf course yesterday. It's in the hardest 4 holes again today.
So difficult off the tee.
Yeah.
Very easy to run out of fairway.
I can tell you Mo Martin had 229 to the pin on this hole yesterday, so she'll be hoping for a little less yardage perhaps out there in this round.
taken a lot of distance off, but just didn't quite get down onto the short stuff.
Suzanne Pedersen, who is playing the hardest hole on the golf course. Hard to believe that a par 3 could be. I think the lines between those two sprinkler heads.
We saw with the tee shots yesterday that this is one of the quicker greens on the golf course. Players unable to hold their tee shots on the green yesterday. So Suzanne's first putt, putting her up to range where she can make her par, and if she does, she'll keep a share of the lead with Inby Park. So it's Norway and Korea at the top, but the flags of Thailand and the United States and Sweden are also to the fore in this very international field. 63 players, the best.
Look at this challenging shot she's got trying to save par.
That is a beauty. Wow, just taking off the seam of it, killing it into the bank, and it releases down towards the hole. Well played.
Inby Park's got her problems at the 12th. Tester here for Suzanne. Oh no. The first blemish on the card today. That takes her back to -9, but chances are she's still going to have a share of the lead after what's evolving at the 12th.
This is Park's 4th shot on the 12th.
And again, this is not going to be enough to make the green or get close to the flag. Having a lot of problems here.
Oh, it's trouble just about everywhere you look at the moment.
Well, it's a bold drive off the tee for Anna Norquist. There's Dan.
This is my ball.
Okay.
So, I mean, based on all the trees, my only option would be to kind of look at it either like that or like this.
All right, grab a club and show me.
All right.
Try to go through what you're gonna try and do.
I mean, because we wouldn't be able to hit it from the other side, right?
Right. Stance over there.
So I would, the only way, because I have a little bit of space that way, so I would have to go.
Grab a club. Grab whatever club you try to use. You just try to like act it out with what you were trying to do.
So I would have to. I mean, I would have to go this way. Like that's the only way I have my only chance.
Okay, just motion through that just one more time for me, if you don't mind, Anna, please.
There's a tree there.
Yeah.
So I would have to go this way.
Okay, it's a reasonable stroke. I mean, sure.
It's just got enough stance on the other side of it.
No, I mean, it's a stroke. I mean, it's a reasonable stroke.
Right.
All right, I mean, so you're entitled to relief for the path, for the stroke that you want to play.
Yeah.
So now what you're going to do is you're going to stand like this, and you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to put the club down where it would normally, like an address position. We'll put a tee, we'll do a club length, and you can drop it, and that's your...
And then I drop it within what?
Well, you drop it within a club length of that, which is going to be someplace over there.
Yeah.
If it rolls more than 2, you're going to place it.
Okay. So this was my intended, right?
Right. So now step off the cart path.
Yeah.
Go the other way. Now just put the club down like the ball was. So basically the club will go here.
No, yeah, this will be like right here, yeah?
Yeah. So go ahead and now put a tee like right there. Yeah. Now get a club to measure with.
Right there.
Yeah, that's good. Yep, that's good. There. So right there. So you're going to drop the ball. It has to land somewhere in that club length, and then where it rolls from there, as long as it doesn't roll more than 2, it's in play.
Okay. And I can move some of these leaves?
Absolutely.
So saved by the cart path.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all good as far as nearest the ball.
Yeah, it's gonna mark it.
So she's going to have a swing at it now.
You don't need to mark
And it will be a drop without the penalty because she gets relief from the cart path.
And just remember, honey, it's got to bounce on this side of that tip.
So if we drop it here.
Excuse me, can you just move away a little bit?
Yeah.
Gives a little space.
Right. So, I mean, one of our options stays here. We're always going to have, it's pretty wide
Yeah.
stuff. We can pitch it through there. If it lands here, there's a good chance that it probably kicks down further. So it might even be better.
So I think we've got that all worked out. We'll come back to that in a moment.
Still not without its difficulties, though.
Oh, yeah.
There's a few roots and plants in her way.
So while all that's going on, let's jump up ahead to the green and see what Brooke can come up with after that excellent approach. Boy, that was some shot.
That was great. I mean, the movement she got right to left and the distance as well. She was far enough back.
To say par is a good effort there. A birdie would have been just a complete bonus.
Bogey putt here for Inby Park. Won't move too much. Wow, and it's going to be 2 drop shots here on the 12th for our leader. That's going to drop her all the way back down to -8. Now 1 shot off the pace. Very costly error with that second shot.
That's her first blemish for the week.
So Area Jatanagan finds herself alongside Inby Park, and Pedersen, who made a bogey on the 15th, has probably thought she was out of the reckoning, is the outright leader.
So things have changed, and they've changed dramatically for some of the people up near the top. Suzanne, as Kate said, does make a bogey, but still has the outright lead, would you believe, after Inby's double bogey, and then Anna's gone on safari at 12, and we'll find out what she's going to do in a moment. Area Jatanagan is just quietly going about her business. She's 1 shot off the lead. The 5-time winner from last year, lurking dangerously on Friday. Second shot of the 12th hole for Michelle Wee.
All right.
The pin's over on the other side. So she's going to have that slope to negotiate, and that is not going to be easy.
This is the par 5, and for Area Jatanagan, playing for position.
Nice strong breeze blowing into their face here, and this is going to be a long way down though from Area.
Playing at 501 yards the 13th hole. So for the overwhelming majority, a 3-shot par 5.
The draw required here for Mo Martin. Just getting a very strange bounce through that grassy area at the front of the green.
Again, into the breeze. This is looking a better place to be for Brooke than the previous hole down the centre.
All right, we've worked everything out with Anna. And now she's going to squirt it out without penalty. This is her second shot.
The trot, Michelle Wee would be tied for the lead. Up and over the hill. And that is falling away from the hole, coming back a little bit. And she's got a tester now for par. Bogey free so far today, just 2 under on the round.
It's 223 for area. Now she's playing this out the right, trying to pick up the right-hand side of the green. It's not going to be far away. Little pitch she'll have will give her just an open look straight up the green from there.
Yes, it's done exactly that. So area in a very good position on 13. A couple of putts for a birdie.
Par save for Anna Nordqvist to remain at 3 under for her round, and it's going to be a drop shot. The error was from the tee, forcing a chip out, as many have done before her on this very difficult 12th hole.
And we mentioned those stats about the difficulty of this stretch. 15th the hardest, 12th the second hardest, 10th the third hardest, 14th the fourth hardest. So Suzanne Pettersson's got that stretch behind her now, and the 3 closing holes present some opportunities.
This will be a very good 2-putt from Mo Martin. Well played. Shall we? Kinesiology tape around the legs for the shin splints she was worried about a couple of weeks ago. Still persisting. And that kinesiology tape, it draws blood to the area.
Yeah, it expands the blood vessels by pulling them out and away, so it does increase blood flow just by opening up those capillaries a little bit.
Brooke Henderson, she's just 30 yards from the front of the green, but she's got to bring the bunker into play here, and it's a bit firm over this bunker. Needs to get a bit of spin and check on this. Oh, she's going to do that. Yeah, that's well done, just sitting below the hole, so it gives herself a good chance for birdie.
A couple of times yesterday we heard the firmness of that ground in the front of 13, and there's another illustration of it. Brooke nipped that really well. Now, what's Shanshan been up to today? The birdie chance slides by there. She is 4 under for the day, and that is going to be a second round 68 by the look of it for the Chinese star. That places her up into the top 10. So what's new? Shanshan's usually in the top 10.
Just needs this on the green, which she has not done, and uphill it's going to pull up quite shy.
Just having a little patch at the moment. 2015 winner.
That's a nice sounding strike. And duly rewarded for Michelle Wee.
When you look at the violence of that swing, you can understand why she's had so many injuries over the years, the physicality of her golf swing.
Club head just bouncing through the ball there. You could hear just a little bit early with contact into the ground.
A chance for Pettersson at 16 is to extend her lead. It's a very impressive round Pedersen is compiling. She's 6 under today. There was the solitary drop shot on the 15th, 17 and 18 to play.
You can expect that one to hit the fairway. One of the interesting underlying stories in this group is that Kyle Morrison, who's now on Anna Nordqvist's bag, was on Mo Martin's bag when she won the British Open Championship back in 2014, and it's almost like when you get traded to a different sports team, all of a sudden you're on the other side of things, and it's a little interesting of a vibe.
It's a birdie putt for Envy Park, but she would have liked it to be a whole lot closer after she played her third shot, and she is just going through a little patch where things have unravelled a bit.
How is it a challenge for the players, you wonder, when they have caddies moving around? Is there a strong sense of allegiance?
There is. I mean, it is. The Caddy of the Year award is being handed out tomorrow. As we see Anna also finding the fairway. Ball's in the air. Pretty confident, though. But we've had a few interesting caddy movements as well. Peter Godfrey, who was on the bag for Ariya Jutanugarn for all 5 of her wins last year, now on the bag for Hannah Jang, picked up his first win with her in Australia. So it's the caddy musical chairs, if you will.
Ariya lets a birdie putt slide by. So what you're saying is effectively the progressive barn dance that we normally get over December and January has continued this year.
It's been very confusing, actually. I went up and asked Matt Galloway how Ryan was doing, and he said, I'm not on Ryan's bag anymore. So you kind of almost have to check the relationship status on Facebook or something before you go and chat to a caddy these days.
Oh, Pete Godfrey must be psychic. I mean, he had 5 wins last year with Ariya Jutanugarn, and then jumps on the bag of Hannah Jang, who hoisted the trophy in Australia a couple of weeks ago. It's a steady sister caddy relationship within the Hendersons. Brittany on the bag for her younger sister by 6 years, Brooke Henderson, who has a good chance here at 15. 13.
Brooke moves into the top 10 and gets it into red figures for the day. Suzanne Pedersen, despite the fact that she's only been able to make that 5 at 16, still has the lead. Envy Park just struggling through a patch where things are not going the way that she would have hoped. MJ Her having a very good day. She's put 4 successive pars together now. Ariya's made a couple of pars after a couple of birdies to begin the
14T. Long hitting Ariya Jutanugarn. She hates it. Let's see how bad it really is. Sitting up on the rough.
To the par 3, 17th. 122 to the front, pin 22 on today. Need to be careful of that front left bunker with today's hole location on the left-hand side.
She knew it was in trouble. Makeable stretch coming home. Not so much 17, even though it is the 11th hardest hole on the course, but you can make a score at 16. And 18's birdieable as well, so you need to make hay while the sun shines.
She gave it a good talking to. It very nearly behaved, and that's a good shot from Nordqvist.
This one for Envy, also starting down the centre, just moving a little bit left to right, but will stay on the fairway.
Well, it's very impressive to see Envy Park playing so well. I was just looking at her season last year. She only played 10 events. She withdrew from 3 of those, and the best finish was 2nd at the Kia Classic. So to come out match fit after a 6-month layoff.
Just a little half shot here for Mo Martin. And that's one of the interesting characteristics about this golf course with the new greens. On a regular day, that probably would have spun back a little bit, but that's not happening without that layer of dead leaves that older, more established greens have to cushion the blow.
Front trap for Suzanne Pedersen at 17. She's the leader by 1. I think that might have been beyond her wildest dreams at the start of the day. Difficult putt coming to maintain her par. Another good round today has placed Beatrice Riccari up into the top 20. She has shot equal best completed round of the day, 5 under par round of 67 for the Spaniard.
Go.
Putting for long range, but it is for a birdie for MJ Herr.
This one might get a stern talking to as well on the way to the hole for birdie. Not to be. I had an entertaining conversation with Sandra Gall and Caroline Masson about how they spoke to the ball, whether they spoke in German or whether they dreamt in English, and Caro Masson was completely German and Sandra was a mix of everything. So sometimes she mixed it up between the both languages halfway through the shot call even.
Here's the world number 1 of the final hole. Lydia Ko looking for a birdie to close. Very nicely done. And so she's lurking. She's got it up to 4 under par for the day. That's a 68 from Lydia. And look at the finish. We told you 16, 17 and 18 were a part of the golf course where you could come home with a rush. And that's exactly what the Kiwi has done. And she's now only 2 shots out of the lead. Look out. Here she comes.
Here we join Mo Martin on the 13th hole. Oh, that's a lovely birdie.
It's 1-2-2. You've got to trust your yardage, and she has not done that. That's coming up well shy for area. She's going to be a long, long way from the flag on this short hole.
Well, she won't even give that a pass mark with that club in hand.
Trying to save par and remain in the lead here, Suzanne Pedersen.
If she doesn't make it, we've got 5 leaders.
Oh, and that's very irritating to bogey both of the par 3s on the back 9, 15 and 17.
Perhaps suggesting there could have been a different choice of the club off the tee.
One, 2-2 as well for Inby. This has got more flight on it, and it's a good-looking shot.
Outstanding.
Really good chance for Michelle Wee on the 13th. And we have an outright leader. For the first time in a few years, we see Michelle Wee once again at the top of the leaderboard, becoming the hunted.
Just 108 for Brooke, and this needs to hurry to get all the way back.
One perfectly judged at 14 and two a little bit sloppy with that club in hand. Let's move ahead one to the 15th, measuring exactly 179 yards on the card today. Two very good days so far for MJ Her. And that is going to be a long way from the pin. It's as firm as any green on the golf course, the 15th. Let's go back one.
Just a slight dog leg right, the 14th, going 366 yards today. Important to be short of that bunker knife. Doesn't really come into play that much off the tee, but then just a little flip wedge up into an elevated green, playing over its par today. Only the 3 birdies with that back right hole location, very tough to get to, right next to that ridge, which is pushing all of the golf balls down into that collection area on the right.
Breeze behind, that gets a little run, and that is a long way down there. Chelachoy, Inji Chun and Carlotta Saganda, the members of a very exclusive club, the only players to make their 3 at 14 so far today. They could be joined by area, but from this distance it's a long shot. Nicely done from long range, and that should ensure the par of the world number 2.
There it is. Great.
Nice aggressive golf swing, hot off the back of that birdie on 13. And that's going to be a very nice angle into this green that slopes from front right to back left.
Here is the slope that Ali was talking about. Again, realistically, 2 putts from here would be more than acceptable. That is not exactly cast in stone just yet for Brooke Henderson. Having one of those days where everybody else is getting red numbers on the card and Brooke has only been 1 under for the day.
Oh, okay. You know who you would really like? Is Edward Sharp and Mac. They're so good.
And it didn't have to talk to that one. It did what it was told off the tee anyway.
Looks could kill. Brooke Henderson to try and save her par. It will not drop. Brooke, so athletic all throughout her game, does have her hands quite low for a putting stance and a lot of knee bend.
It's been a stunning day for Suzanne Pedersen. She got a bit hot under the collar after the bogey at the previous hole. She's had 2 bogeys in her last 3 holes. And that has absolutely bisected the fairway with the different cut down the middle of the fairway. She is right on that cut line.
Trying to save par here. So that's a 4 for Jutanagan on 14.
And 1 ahead, MJ Her from a different zip code. That is an outstanding putt from where she was. Brilliant for length. Great judgment from MJ.
We have 2 at the top. With that birdie, Inby Park joins Michelle Wee at 9 under par. Very nice recovery from the double back on the 12th hole.
That's what the good players do, isn't it? After they have a bad patch or a bad moment, they're able to recover quicker than the players who let it affect them a bit more. Paula bombing one in from off the green. That's for a 2 at the 15th.
We said it was 3-putt territory where Brooke was on 14. Sadly, we were right, and that's a drop shot for the Canadian.
MJ Herr has been able to make a very good 2-putt at the 15th. Brooke Henderson, we've talked about her battles today, the fact that she is even par for the day. Stacey Lewis, Hyoju Kim, Morgan Pressel, Moria Jutanagan, Inji Chun are the only players in the top 36 who are not under par, with the exception of one.
This whole location on 14 here for Mo Martin. Reasonably flat lie.
Big hop. Really shut that.
Contact not quite on point there, taking a very large divot by her standards.
Anna Nordquist has been able to get it down a long way. We talked earlier in the coverage about her length off the tee, or what was effectively her lack of length off the tee for someone so tall and athletic, but she's added distance to her game in the last few years. Can she get it all the way back there? It's been a difficult task. Well, not so difficult for Anna. And a birdie putt coming, and any birdie at this hole would be like picking up 1.5 amongst the top 4 hardest holes on the golf course.
Downhill lie too. That 56 might come out too low.
By her own admissions, just on a little bit of a downhill lie. It should kick forward once it hits the green here for Michelle Wee.
That's the ball of Michelle Wee up into birdie range at 14. And she has a very good look at a birdie coming over the first couple of years. Charlie Hull took the tournament last year. Will it be Inby as she gets back to tournament golf? Here she is, the joint leader at 15.
Breeze has died down a little bit. This is 6-iron for Inby, 179 just to the right of the flag. It's looking good though.
Another beauty. She'll have that putt for the lead.
Second shot, great angle here for Suzanne Pedersen. Trying to bounce back from 2 bogeys in 3 holes. Certainly started out to the right and stayed there. Perhaps not the best strike on that one for Norwegian.
It's going to be a very low number today for Suzanne, but just at the moment it probably doesn't feel like it, because all of that red stuff on her card came up until the 13th hole, but a bit of a battle after that. Some conversations going on between player and caddy.
Duncan French, Christina Kim's partner on the bag for Suzanne, has been for a little while now.
7 for area, and just pulling this one a little to the left. Could be up there, but not too much in birdie range.
Very long chance to get one back for Mo Martin up over the slope, that ridge, running right through the green. Under par for her round today, the 2 birdies and a bogey on the card.
Breeze just picking up a little bit. This is 6 iron just to the right. It's tracking in. This looks really, really good.
Certainly is one of the best we've seen all day. Right on the money for Brooke. She could do with it to get back into red figures.
Really attackable birdie chance here. Chance for the outright lead on her own, Michelle Wie. That one just drifts away. Does fall off past that whole location towards the back of the green.
I can tell you the conversation between Suzanne Pedersen and her caddy Duncan continued all the way up to the 18th green and was quite animated. Here she is with the opportunity for a closing birdie and to take a share of the lead. That's not going to make her feel much happier. So on a day where it seemed like nothing could go wrong, it's been a difficult stretch home.
Come across the green here, area for birdie. She's just lurking, one shot off the pace, and you have to feel as though we haven't yet seen Area hit her stride this week. We know what she's capable of.
Terrific approach from Anna Nordqvist gives her the opportunity of getting within one shot of the leaders. And that is very nicely done. She knows what it takes to win. She's done that before. She's done it in a major championship. And here is a multiple major championship winner. Just the 7 of them, in fact, for Inby Park.
If she keeps playing and stays healthy, I think she's going to run out of fingers to count them on. Such is the talent of Inby Park.
And that's her motivation at the moment as well, because she's achieved nearly everything. So major championships now become her goal. Michelle. Side door, but okay.
I always found it strange that Michelle used a line on her golf ball, given that she's such a non-linear personality. She certainly thinks in curved lines, as you can tell from the way that she strikes the ball and the way she sets up for different shot-making types, but obviously worked for her there.
She's a very artistic young lady as well, likes her art, can be somewhat dark art at times.
Not the Harry Potter kind, though.
No. Very well done from Mo Martin. She's not giving up too much ground to the rest of the field, even though the day has not been as productive as she would have liked. So then, for a round of 67 to equal the best completed round of the day, Suzanne Pedersen. Well, you'd never know that that was a good round with the expression that she's had on her face for the last half hour or so. It'll be interesting to have a chat to her and see what she thinks of that round. It's been interesting over the last hour or so.
Not happy. Brooke Henderson, after a glorious tee shot here on 15. Brooke has some of the most loyal fans in the game. When she played in a onesie, not literally the clothing, don't think about Tiffany Joe, she played on her own at the Australian Open, and I went out to watch her thinking I'd be the only person there, and there was 50 other people that had the same thought, and that was at 7 in the morning.
Yeah, and she loved that. She was so appreciative of the fact that so many people turned out to watch her. When we say a onesie, she was by herself, didn't even have a marker going out there with her. All right, here's the past champion, Stacey Lewis, on the tee at 17. She's one of this group that's even par today, so giving up a lot of ground comparatively to the rest of the field. That's an outstanding tee shot, though. Have a look at this. Oh! How close do you want to go?
Just a little bit off with her read off the tee. What a brilliant iron shot. Sneaking in the left side.
One past champion, almost giving us the moment of round two. Stacey Lewis coming within millimetres or fractions of inches, if you like, of an ace at the 17th. Another past champion, Inbee Park, at the top of the leaderboard, along with the past US Open champion in Michelle Wee. Suzanne Pedersen, 5 under par round of 67. Finished with steam coming out of her ears, but she's still within one shot of the lead. In, coming with a rush, as we said. Birdie at 16, birdie at 17. How about that for a golf swing? It's a bit of a throwback to the old days. It's just classical. This is going to be very interesting to hear from Suzanne Pedersen. She's come up with the equal best completed round of the day, a 67. Let's find out her impressions now.
145 with the left to right cross breeze, and this is just left of the flag. It's looking pretty good from here.
Right on line again from Inbee, and another birdie putt coming to break out of the tie with Michelle Wee. Long range. Boy, that's a tough green, that 15th. You feel as though you're going to put your tee shot or your first putt close to the hole, and you finish up 8 or 10 feet away from where you think you're going to be.
Not dissimilar to this hole on 17. Creamer's tee shot. Only need to land at around 135 yards. That took a very hard bounce off the back of that bunker, but it's a very solid tee shot nonetheless.
Some dark clouds beginning to form up above as we head towards the closing stages, the last hour of our second round coverage on this Friday at Sentosa Golf Club. Inbee Park with a birdie putt coming at the 16th, with the opportunity of taking the lead back. She's been battling with Michelle Wee for a lot of the day. Suzanne, not so happy towards the end, but overall very happy with a 5 under par round of 67. Hannah Jang also shooting a 67 today. Say Young Kim shot 67. Beatrice Ricari also shot 67. As Suzanne said, the golf course is there for the taking. If you're on your game, you should be able to get some more.
Uphill into the green for Michelle Wee. Certainly gave that a very good chance of going in. was the youngest ever member of the Curtis Cup team, which is almost a junior Solheim in a way, GBNI versus the USA. She was 14 years old when she represented her country at the highest amateur level.
Just got to pitch this over the top of the bank, get it to check. Oh, she's doing this beautifully, and this is looking really good rolling out.
Meantime, Anna Nordqvist for her par after coming up very short at 15. Ooh, just needed one more roll. She drops back to -7, takes her back to a 5-way tie for 7th.
Similar shot as Brooke elected to go a little higher, and that's going to pull up a little shy.
Well, Inby Park had it to 10 under par until she double bogeyed the 12th. Now a chance to get there again, and that was left all the way. So she's going to stay tied at the top at 9 under.
We've got two players at the top of the leaderboard. One that hasn't been playing that much in the last 6 months, and then the other that hasn't been in that position. Speaking of which,
We got to be back here.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good there.
Just move that bag.
Matthew, just don't touch it until I say it's all right.
All right.
Dan Maselli down there
Just in case it bounces.
to adjudicate. Just a moment ago, this was Michelle's tee shot at 16. Hold it.
That ball's in play unless you have, and if you have interference now with the path.
I have interference with that path.
Yeah, you do.
So then.
Yep, so now we can, let's grab whatever club you think you're going to use. And if the ball were here,
Yeah.
you good?
Like right there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Club length again.
And let me know if I'm close or good.
Just towards your right foot.
Right here?
Yeah. It was a challenge for me being on the other side and right to left. Yeah, you can pick it up. All right, young lady, ball's away. Well done.
Like that Taiwan? Yeah.
what a delight the rules officials are out on the LPGA. You never doubt that they're trying to give you the best chance possible of playing within the rules, but also keeping an eye out for you and barracking for you as well. It really is a testament to the staff here on tour.
And if you want to see some more of Dan Maselli's work, you can join us for our pre-show live at HSBC Women's Champions. Area just missing a putt that she would have expected to get for birdie, and she won't be thrilled with that result. But yes, Dan is one of the stars of the show in the pre-show. You can catch that on the LPGA website. You can catch it on the HSBC Women's Champions Tournament website. You can also catch it through Fox Sports in Asia. How did that not go in?
That ball is scared of heights for MJ Herr there on 17. After such an incredible